So, how exactly do we know what a booster box will be worth in the future? Or realistically, any sealed product, but we're going to focus on booster boxes. This is going to be a two-part video. It's been a long time since I've done a two-part video. So part one, I'm going to talk you through the mechanics. How do we know essentially, or exactly certainly isn't the word, but how do we know quite accurately what a booster box is going to be worth in the future? And the second part of this video is probably the more not the analytical part. This is definitely this video, but the more practical video. I'm going to show you some booster boxes that I believe to be undervalued and also some that are overvalued at the moment in terms of investment opportunities. So part one, let's talk through the numbers. How exactly do you know what a booster box is going to be worth in the future? And then part two, let's look at some examples. Right, well, let's jump straight into it. I'm a big believer that you can actually work out, not exactly, but you can get quite close to understanding what a booster box's price will be in the future. And there's so many variables that come into play. But the big one really is, and this is what I've been working on, different equations, and here's another one. This is one I want to share with you today, a somewhat new one, but very similar to what I've worked on in the past. It all comes down to total set value. Now, total set value isn't the only metric that will be used to judge a booster box's future value. There's of course heaps of things. There's things like how do those total set value, how do those total hits or the top 5 hits, how do they grade as PSA 10s and what are they worth? There's things like print runs that come into equation, but generally print run will have an impact on total set value because if it's short printed, then the chase cards are going to be worth more. Even if they're not fan favorite Pokemon, they're worth more because there's less in circulation. But you get the idea. It's not the be all and end all, but total set value is so important when it comes to booster box data and future pricing. And talking of total set value, I just want to give a very quick shout out to today's video sponsor, which is of course the Collector app. You can download it. There'll be a link in the description of this video. Total set value comes from Set Analytics tab in the Collector app. So all you need to do is jump on there. You can put all your sealed and single products in there. But if you want to look at Set Analytics and see the total set value of any given Pokemon card set from English to Japanese to Chinese now, you just jump on there, click it, it'll show you straight away under set analytics inside a set. So important to know that when you're looking at future booster box price. So why is total set value so important? I'm going to bring this up on the screen here. This will stay on here for a while and I want to talk to it. So this is my new equation, so to speak. You'll see a couple of things here. You'll see the set down the left. You'll see how long a set or those sets down the left have been out of rotation, so out of competitive play. And there has been so few examples outside of rotation that a set has been reprinted that we can almost say with like 90 to 95% accuracy that once a set moves out of rotation, it never gets reprinted. So I guess probably the better word for rather than years or time out of rotation is time out of the printing phase, like time past when it can't be reprinted again. And the community knows that, the investors know that, the rip and shippers know that. It's just known knowledge that once it goes out of rotation, it's very unlikely to be reprinted again, and therefore we start seeing upticks in price. Now the third column is total set value, and the final column there is booster box price, current booster box market price. And next to that, I've got a little number, and that's how many times the booster box price is compared to the total set value. Like if you go right down the bottom, and I'll talk through all these, but if you go down the bottom and look at Dragons Exalted, what that's saying is the booster box price is roughly 4 times the total set value compared to the very top one, Evolving Skies. It's under half, so total set value, booster box price is under half of total set value. So here's the thing, let's talk to this and bear with me on it. If we look at some somewhat modern sets, so they're in the Sword and Shield block, Evolving Skies and Fusion Strike, they both went out of rotation in April 2024. So it's actually coming up to 2 years that they've been out of rotation, but I've put in here 1+ years. So they've both been out of rotation for 1+ years, coming up to 2 years. When a set's been out of rotation for that 18-month to 2-year mark, what we generally see if you look at the data is that most booster boxes are worth about half the total set value, which is crazy because the higher the total set value, of course, the more the booster box is going to be worth. And that's the common theme you're going to pick up from this video, that the more the booster box is worth, the more the total set value is, the more the booster box is worth. Like it's as simple as that. So as you can see, both of these examples, it's about half the price, or in Evolving Skies case, just under half the price of total set value. If we scroll down to some slightly older sets, if we're looking at Unbroken Bonds and Celestial Storm, and I haven't cherry picked these, I've just gone through and picked some random sets from each era to show you roughly what they're worth. Even including Steam Siege on there. Like, I wouldn't, if I'm going to hand pick or cherry pick any data, like I wouldn't pick Steam Siege, which we'll get to shortly. Their Steam Siege has just copped a little stray there, hasn't it? But Unbroken Bonds and Celestial Storm, both Sun and Moon sets, both went out of rotation in September 2020. So it's been 5+ years that these sets have been out of rotation. Not much, a touch over 5 years that they've been out of rotation or out of print window, like with no chance to be reprinted after they've gone out of rotation. If you look at Unbroken Bonds, a set value, total set value, $3,453. And the booster box price is $1,965. So it's getting closer to parity, but not quite there. It's about 2/3 of the way there. If we look at Celestial Storm, same thing, out of rotation September 2020, over 5 years ago, $1,612 total set value. Booster box price, $2,009. So it's on parity or a touch over. It's just a touch over parity. So what this is telling us, and you can look at a bunch of other Sun and Moon sets here, once they get to that 5 years plus out of rotation, generally speaking, the booster box price gets very close to parity with total set value. So you can see the trend I'm starting to lay down here, and this will cement it home moving into XY. If we look at Ancient Origins, beautiful set from XY, one of the greatest mega cards in there with a Mega Rayquaza. August 2017, it went out of rotation, so over 8 years ago. $2,876 total set value, $5,400 booster box. So it's 2 times. The booster box is now 2 times the price of the total set value. If we look at even Steam Siege, like I said, I'm not cherry picking data. This is, you can look up nearly any set for this. And it's going to be very similar, not bang on, but very similar. Steam Siege, August 2017, 8 years out of rotation plus $408 total set value. So very weak set, very weak set. $835 booster box. And in fact, there has actually been a sale recently north of $1,000. So who would have thought? Steam Siege booster box sale north of $1,000. But same thing, what is it? The booster box is now 2 times the price of the total set value. And if we go back in time even further, just to cement this home to you, we'll go down to Dragons Exalted, one of the best sets from Black and White era with some beautiful chase cards inside it. September 2014, it went out of rotation, which is over 11 years ago. $2,901 total set value, $11,600 booster box price. What does that tell us? It's 4 times the price. And you'll find that with a lot of Black and White era boxes, that you're somewhere around the 4 to 5 times mark. The booster box is worth 4 to 5 times what the total set value is. So look at the trend here. It's very simple. Total set value has a clear correlation to the future booster box price, no matter what era you pick. And the other key trend to look at here is, as booster boxes get older and there's less and less of them on the market, we start to see that booster box price either starts to equal. So let's look at it, right? Sword and Shield, it's about half the price. Celestial Storm, or once it's been out of rotation for a year to 2, it's about half the price. Once it's been out of rotation for about 5 years, we start to see it leveling out. So booster box price generally equals total set value. Once it's been out of rotation for that 8 to 10 year mark, like XY era boxes, we start to see that booster box is probably worth 2 times, or in some cases like Flashfire, 3 times the price of the total set value. And once we get into that really old, like I'm talking 10 plus years, 10 to 15 years, we start seeing it being worth 4 to 5 times the amount of the total set value. Now look, this runs out of steam eventually. I'm not saying this is the be all and end all calculator to figure out exactly what your Pokemon card investment is going to be worth in 15 years time. Like, no one can hold out a crystal ball and know that. But there are 2 key trends here, very key trends that I've just explained to you. Now, what does that mean? What that means is, if we look at modern booster boxes, if you're looking at investing in modern booster boxes, you can tell based off this data, how the booster box price sits compared to total set value. You can see what booster boxes are either overvalued and undervalued. And there's some very standout there's some very standout booster boxes that are A, clearly undervalued, and B, clearly overvalued. And I'm going to share them with you in part 2. So there you go. There's a little equation. I hope that's helped. Stay tuned for part 2. It'll be coming out in the next couple of nights, and we'll talk through some very undervalued and some very overvalued booster boxes. I'm Michael. This is PokeOz. Catch everyone next time.